Hi, my name is Longridr. Today I'm here to show you a couple cool models from this add-on I worked on with my team at KingCube called Mounts, Myth, and Dragons for the Minecraft Bedrock. I'm pretty excited because it's been quite a labor of love. We've been put a lot of heart and effort into getting this thing out and making all these wonderful models come to fruition. So I figured I'd go through a couple blockbench things along the way, show a little bit of what I have going on here. First thing, here we have the Plains Dragon. I almost drew a blank there. Might look kind of weird, but that's just because it's the way we do things, you know? Like, as you can see, its tail is missing, its eye is missing, but this will all come with time. A lot of my model making is cumulative. As you've seen over here, I choose, you know, names that may not make sense for where they are, or might make sense, depending. Sometimes I do good, like head bottom meets head bottom, but that's just how it goes. Best to worry about logistics and all that as you go along. Because as the great motto goes, you were born to destroy the Sith, not join them. Something like that. This dragon, being as it is kind of like a smodge podge of all my previous dragons. I kind of took a little bit of elements from everything I had made, a lot of which are kind of unreleased, so, you know, spoilers. But you'll just have to take my word for it. I guess first thing you can tell is a lack of disco going on the textures. Nobody wants a dance party. Unless there's a dance party, then everybody wants it, but, you know, that's just how it goes. And around these parts, we call disco Z-fighting, but I still prefer disco, so I guess it's up to you on what you really want to call that, so just make sure when you're texturing to avoid that. And we'll piece them back together. I'll get the eyes on this bad boy pasted right back in. Copy the bone, go back here. Goodness, oh me. We had to split things apart, because the way we do animations is to save a lot of space. So normally we would put it all in the same file, but in this case, that's not how it is. So now I will have to do a little bit of possible remapping of things and repositioning, but let me make sure. Middle nose, right bone. Okay. Now, let's see, UV mapping. As you can see, there's a lot going on this UV map. Believe me, there is. Kind of. Now, the eyes are hidden. There we go. There's one eye. So let's get the next thing pasted on the other side, otherwise it'll just be one eye. Although that looks kind of cool. Maybe there's an idea there. Possible. So, oh, not right. Middle nose, left top. Yes, naming conventions are wonderful. There we go. Now we have to find its tail. As you can tell by PSDFS, this stands for Plains Dragon. For I don't know, flames, possibly? I don't know why we called it that, but that's just how it goes. So, we're gonna copy Fire 9 on the back tail. See? Fire 9. Copy. There we go. It's slightly off place. That's fine. It's supposed to look a bit like that. Because then we'll go through all the flamey effects. See, look. Bang, first animation, second animation. Bang, bang, bang. Just goes through a typical flame animation the whole time, always active. So now that I got this piece together, I will go through what makes this thing, you know, pop. I'm sure people wonder, how does this thing fly? And well, obviously it uses its wings. So like, see this wing left? You take this, you go pivot point, it pivots right where the shoulder is. Yes, because that's how you want to set up a dragon. So if it wants to go up, up, yep, and down, down. Yeah, it's pretty crazy, right? But not only that, I've added a couple different points at which it can rotate here. So you gotta select the bone, which this one is left, wing left 2, naming conventions, you know, and bang. This can go up, then wing left, this can go up, and it creates, you know, a flappy flap thing. So I will show the animations for this as we go. But yeah, that's the gist of the, you know, wing flapping. It has these different points at which it goes. And then these hands, you know, they dangle. They do their thing. You rotate at this point. Pretty crazy. Of course, the part that was fun, that I, you know, took a while for us to figure out, was how to get this tail to be similar to the end dragon. So if we go here to the animations, you can see all these wonderful animations that we have. We have a couple that seem redundant, like fly 1, 2, and 3, but they have their purpose. See, this one starts with the legs back, as you can see here. Right there and there. So when this one goes, this is what will start initially. So as he takes off and you fly forward, he does this. Bang. You know, pretty cool. But that's not all. So while this animation goes, you can go to like a first person perspective. We've added like a innate animation to, I believe it was neck bottom on its own separate thing. Neck bone. This, as you turn, like if you're to turn left, this turns left. Turn right, turns right. You can kind of get the gist of that. But as you're turning right, this will go. And you can do this little fancy thing right here to play an animation while this animation's going. So it'll look like that as you just start turning. And then, bang, flips to this. You'll get a little bit more every time you turn more. A quick thing to add to the explanation there, and they go up to 6 respectively based on what angle they're turning. So like 15 degrees to the left, they'll play that one, then 20, they play 2, 25, 3, and so on and so forth, to, you know, make it look like the tails move with the wind direction, or the direction. And finally, like when you're fully turned, we'll just go maximum turning stability. It'll be the final evolution of the turning. And then bang. So it'll look like that while flying through the sky. And let me see if I can unlock the tail. Ah, I messed that up. I had it all perfect. Okay, so this one. Let's do this again. Go fly one. This is going to be playing while this goes. Tail left. Get rid of this so it plays the whole time. Yeah, there we go. So that would be like, you know, turning left. And just imagine that on the right. I guess I can do a quick thing. Just flip it all and then activate this mode. And then now you're going right. Simple as that. So that's how we get those animations a-going and a-flowing to look cool while it flies. Next thing, I'll go through each one of these different animations real quick. This one is while you're flying up, so you aim your head up towards the sky. We'll play this. So it transitions based on height, and it has like its own little, the controller. There we go. Inside of one of the actual fly controllers that makes it all happen. Fly 2, and then fly 3. This is where you're going a bit quicker, picking up speed, and then when you go angle down a bit, it'll transition to this. Cool. Legs go up a bit more. You're kind of sailing, picking up speed through the sky, and then you can go for a while like you're on a glider. Tail still does its thing, all that. And one thing I like to do with my dragons, that usually plays for the most part, for the majority of the time, because that's kind of what you do with this kind of thing. You have a base animation that makes it look like it's breathing. Births life into it, if you will. So while it's doing this, it'll also play like a walking animation if it's moving. Or like while it's on the ground, I guess I should specify this. It'll play bass. It'll also play no fly, so the wings are in the no fly mode. Because you don't want your wings flying, you know, if that's the case. Then it'll also play like move forward, it starts walking, then it stops. But that's just the ground mode. If you want to transition between ground and fly though, or well, fly and ground when it lands on the ground, we made our own little thing for this, which is land. See? So while flying, you land. This adds a little bit of fluidity to the whole fly to ground approach. But yeah, I think that's about it. We got some attacks. I could show those off. We don't even have to show them with flying. You got the shoot, where he just opens his mouth, lets loose a fireball. Now it kind of aims at the target, so it might look a little funky here, but this head turn... Wait, is it head turn? Neck bottom? Head bottom. Nope. Mouth. Yes. Don't worry, it's called mouth. It's the whole head. As I said, form over function, something like that. This aims at the person, and boom. Fireball. While flying. Here we go, we'll play it while flying. While it's flying left, even. Bang. Just imagine that aiming at something. Makes more sense as you go into the game and see it. I think actually it's probably head bottom that aims at people or mobs. So back on over to the edit mode. We got some cool things going on here. It has some little animations. And then the other model I worked on, oh yeah, besides all that, I have sounds for everything. The sounds are all hooked up. I could maybe play a couple as a tester, like throw them in there to show a cool little thingy. Normally you could actually just play the sounds and the effect mixer on the actual animations themselves, but I'm forgetful and I forgot this whole thing entirely, so yeah, my bad. Enjoy me trying to place them where I think they should be in the post-production. So like while it shoots, it'll play this sound, cue the sound. Yes, yes, yes. And then has the typical wing flappy flap. There we go. We have also this guy here, the Griffin. As you can tell by the GN, Griffin. Last thing being N, first thing being G. Naming conventions about the same. It also has a couple of other doohickeys here. So it's built very similarly. The wings have about the same amount of pivots. The tail, of course, I think it has one less tail, so it tilts, but not quite as much as the dragon because it's a slightly smaller tail. And then it has the beak and stuff of a griffin, so that's cool. It also has different attacks. So if we go here, tail left. This is when you turn, and this is turning more, mostest. There you go. That's the mostest, sorry. The last one was not. You got the base thing, and he kind of just flutters in the wind. His feathers, you know, breathe a little bit of life into those. No fly mixed with the base. Here we go, and then turn on walking. And then, boom, stop walking. Shoot! This one has a shoot animation, but it is not with the mouth, it is with the wings. I know, surprise, surprise. Kinda does a cool little... I was inspired by Godzilla -1 on this one. I made sure to include some of my recency bias with the cool animations to make it look like he fired some sort of bang, like he's unloading something. You can see by his arms moving. But yeah, he sends out like this shockwave tornado at the enemies. Pretty cool. Got a landing where he goes from fly to land. You might have seen the saddle tilt on the last one. We do have saddles for these as well. We have different variants going from, what was it, leather all the way up to netherite. So, you know, you can upgrade your saddle as you go. Pretty fun. We got a cool melee. This guy like swings his claws. He swings his claws with the efficiency of a griffin. And only a griffin can do. You trigger each one of its abilities that shoot and melee with these flute things we made. Just so you have in the future some options to upgrade, add more abilities. Because I thought it'd be cool to, you know, not only have a melee and shoot, but add more in the future. We'll see how that works. I feel like they should be like rare drops or craftable things. Kind of in the phase of thinking of stuff for that. We got the different fly speeds here. We got the fly 1, normal speed. Fly 2, he looks up. Fly 3, flies faster, doesn't have to flap his wings as much. Fly 4, looks down, speeds up, zoomy zoomy. And then that's about it as far as the animations go. I'll get to these ones later. You gotta dismiss, dismissed, and summon. We'll talk about those. But next I'll show the serpent dragon. It's a cool little guy. He's got a little bit of different stuff about him than the other ones. He doesn't have wings, that's for one. He has little tentacle things out of his mouth, very similar to like a sea serpent or like Japanese dragon of sorts. He's made to be long and lanky. He does his thing. The eyes are in place, everything's roaring to go. He's got the bottom jaw for when he's angry and wants to shout at people. And then the animations. These are where all the juice happens. We got shoot, of course. Does another like -1 charge up. And move these little horny things back. And then you got the idle, where he's just chilling when he's doing nothing. He's built a bit different, if you will. He has different forms for each function. And the idle, he's just doing nothing. Yeah. Then he has the walk, which isn't walking. It's actually floating with style, where he moves forward at a certain speed. And then the fly, if you would guess it, it's a bit different. It's floating with more style and more flexibility in the curvy. Fly 2, where he curves more, has a bit more slippy slidey action. And then fly 3, back to the fly 1, but curvy. And fly 4, where he's speeding up, going side to side, like he's dolphin, but with air. So yeah, those are the fly animations, but this is the melee. So here's melee. Yeah. As you can tell, the melee and shoot for this one, he uses his mouth to bite things or hit them. Pretty cool. He has a base, which is playing at all times, where these little whatchamahabums, the things that were on Godzilla. What are they called again? Gills? No, that's not really the word. Back plates? We'll go, yeah, the plates on his back. They go side to side. And the sleep one, you kind of have to do to position a little bit differently. There's like things with the eyes, like he blinks and stuff. That's another thing I kind of forgot to mention. Each one of these guys blink. And here's the sleep. All curled up like cute little dragon he is, with his eyes closed, taking a nap. And yes, before you ask, he is meant to float. Why would he not float while he sleeps? He's allergic to the ground. And that's the excuse I'll make. We also have here the tail animations, if you would believe it. We have to have the tail work for every single thing that we have. So when you're turning left, tail is turning left. Head, that's not the head. That looks gross. We should not do that, because that would destroy him. That would ruin the effect. There we go. So you're moving left. Everything else is moving left as well. Yeah, it's about that. Moving right. Right. Also got the ambient animations here. This one shakes his head. Yeah. Probably annoyed by something. And they do, while they're doing their thing with this ambient animation, they make noises as well. We got a couple different ones for them. I'll go back and play this dragon's. I think there's an ambient right here. It's somewhere right there. Ambient. Yes, shake off the rust. That's about how that goes. Ambient 2. Was it a roar? It was a roar. Nice. Got that going on. The griffin, he has his, which is, where is it? Ambient 1. Yes, shake off rust. Stretch a little bit by heading into this one. Yes. I gave him a little bit of a cat-like feel. Cat-like? Yeah, because griffin. If I remember right, part lion. That's right. Has like the back end of a lion, so lions like to stretch because they're kitties. Kitty cats. Figured it makes sense. As far as my painting likes to go, yeah, as my painting likes to go, we have a palette we like to go by. I usually stick my two favorite palettes together to keep kind of consistent. In the end, I'll do some color grading and maybe like making sure things work out, but for the most part, we stick to this plentiful palette. As far as animations go, I do like to stick to a 1-2 type thing. So if I'm making a walk animation, we'll select the topmost point. I like to have the middle point end at 0. So it goes from 0 to 0 to 0, and then between each point you have where the animations take place. So this one, this swings it forward by a certain amount. This one swings it backward by a certain amount. You're creating equal force so it looks like fluid. Sometimes I'll change it up, as we see in the Plains Dragon does the same thing. Walking. Yes. You start at 0, end at 0, middle 0. So you have 3 different points at 0. The way to get there, the way to get back. And here's the 4th mount, the Phoenix, made by my good friend, Slim. Figured I'd use it as a good reference because I didn't make the majority of this guy. I helped quite a bit to keep it in line, but that's about it. So, this one is made about the same as the others. It has eyes, it has legs, it has wings. As you can see here, part of the wing is missing though, curious. But, as you see, there's multiple different animations. The Phoenix has its main animation thing right here. We just set this to layered, and there we go. Everything is here, all the flames. It looks way less naked. That's about how that goes. So we'll activate one of these guys. Boom, gone. And these go through the different animations as it's standing there to look like it's on fire. For the eyes, let me pull it up real quick. Copy. And then we go over to the phoenix, find the head bone, and paste. What happened? Why did it not do what I thought it was going to do? But that's just because we haven't done this. There we go. The eyes, they appear. Gone. There. So, the phoenix is in one piece. Now, animations I did do. This one had some unique functions about how it works compared to the other ones. Because this one's standing more upright, more like a bird rather than quadruped, I think is what you, yeah. Like the dragon, the griffin, the ST, the serpent dragon, and then those are eyes. These don't matter anymore. Delete, delete, delete. The tail, goodbye. The eyes, goodbye. Cool. When he walks, it's on 2 feet. So let's find the base. The base animation, he's breathing, he's moving, he's getting his routine in, and then boom, he walks forward. There we go. He's walking. Cool, cool. But when he's done walking, he needs to sleep. And then when he sleeps, he has to go back to base. The sleep base. There we go. Eyes are closed, having a good time, probably dreaming about sheep or whatever phoenixes eat. So we got the 4 different flies. We have this speed, normal speed, just starting up. He has fly 2. He's flying up. He's getting somewhere. Fly 3, going quicker. And then fly 4. He's flying down, going super speedy speed. And then what? Uh-oh, we found something to shoot. Boom. That's quick. Ignore what just happened there. The fly is flying at a different speed than everything else. It doesn't do that. This is the correct speed. There we go. So if it wants to shoot while walking, bang, shoot while walking. Flying, it sees an enemy, and then bang, it shoots. So now we have here the tails. This one is a bit different because it only has 1 tailbone because I don't want to mess with all this going on. There's a lot of little geometry happening, and so it has 3 levels as it turns, so as to not do too much action there. It's pretty stiff as a board as it goes, so we don't want to ruin that by making it seem like jelly. And then this phoenix, of course, has some ambient animations. It has this one, a call, mating call, perhaps a yell, and then it has this one. He looks around, he sees something, perhaps a meal, perhaps his friend, that enemy, who knows. That would play as well as, where is it? We have no fly, normally, and base. So it would actually look like this. Full speed. There we go. All combined into one. That's while he's on the ground, just looking around for his next dinner. Then you have this ambient animation. So this one combined with base and no fly, just sitting there doing nothing. Rawr, he says. So for the melee on this one, so we'll play it while walking, because normally you'll be walking on him. Bang. Lunge and attack. There we go. He just pecks. What else would you want a bird to do to melee? So let's say you're walking, but then you want to go through a portal. We made an interesting animation sequence for that. We have this summon, dismiss, and dismissed thing. So when you use a horn on the dragon... Sorry, start with dismissed. You want to send him away or suck him into your horn. Yeah. He goes up in the air. Bang. Goodbye. Fair enough. Then he's dismissed. He's gone. He's nowhere. Where'd he go? I don't know. And then, boom. Summon. Oh, he's back. You used your horn. And he's right back in front of you. Like nothing had happened. It's basically like some sort of capture device, if you will. You could use that in any dimension. Nether, end, whatever, to transfer him. Right here we have this right here. There we go. So here's the griffin. Bang, send him away. Want to go through a portal? He's gone. Where'd he go? I don't know. Now you reach where you want to be, and suddenly you use it. He's back. It's like magic. Same thing here. We got the serpent dragon. Let's line it up. It's a bit different this time. Just watch. He goes vertical. He has to get out of there. I don't know. He's missing a meeting or something. But he's gone. Magic. Where'd he go? I don't know. And then right back to it. straight from the skies, the heavens, if you will. And whatever dimension you're in, he's there, he's ready, he's willing and ready to have a good old ride. Phoenix? I mean, what else would it be, right? He's sitting there, he's just ready, chilling, and then you use your horn, gets sucked in. Well, he doesn't really get sucked in, he's gone, but it's lighting up to say that, oh, there's something in this horn. If I use it, it'll summon it back. So he's gone. Where'd he go? I don't know. Use the lit up horn and bang, comes right back down. Just glides on into the scene. So if you need him for a good old fight, he's there right beside you, ready and willing. So now these mounts need something to ride on, and what better thing to sit on them to ride with than a saddle? So here's the first saddle. Actually, wait, is that the first saddle? Yes, this is. So leather. We got leather saddle here. You can make it. The recipe is in the game. Yes, indeed. You use a couple of the material that the mythic beasts drop. You can get that assortment of ways, like beating up their nests for all their worth, and then if they happen to be super angry at you and you fight them and you happen to lay the last attack on them and they keel over, then yeah, they'll drop a material as well. Help you get along your way there. You take that, you turn it into saddle, you can ride them. There's different rarities. There's the leather, there's a copper one, looks very western, if you will, if you like the western. There's the iron, a little bit of more health, and every time you upgrade, it gets a little bit better. So then the gold looks cool, feels cool, sits cool. The diamond, and the netherite. Each one progressing, giving different buffs and effects to your dragon. I'll keep those as a surprise. And I don't really remember offhand, but you'll find out in the game if you give it a good old-fashioned try. And these go right on the back of the mounts. So this one would be like about shoulder width, and usually right above or at shoulder level, just to, have the best experience while riding. Now, as for other models, we have eggs, but I'm sure you know what an egg is. They have their special animation. They hop up and do a little jiggle. We have the babies as well. They're just like mini versions of these ones, but small and different textures, sizes, different thingies going on, higher pitched voices, not gone through puberty yet, that whole shebang there. These are the mounts. Hope you like them. It'd be nice to know what people would like to see in the future. I could do the whole process in which we make the models and bring them to the game, starting from the model to the textures, to the animations, to even the sounds. I use Ableton Live to mix up some stuff I recorded out in the field. Sometimes I make the effects in Ableton. I have a couple specialized plugins there I like to stick to. Make some cool little roar sounds, if you will. This will be a good sampler for what could possibly happen in the future. See how this turns out. Hope it's great. I hope this was, if at all, beneficial into showing some sort of the process. I can't fully show everything since it's already made, so not a whole lot I could do there, but hopefully, yeah. Future, who knows? Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you in future videos where I get more possible similar stuff done like this. Like and subscribe for more. And then comment if you have an idea of what you want to see. I'd love to go through a lot of different ideas, possibly with people down there. Well, yeah, that was fun. If you'd like to have a couple of these fancy mounts, we have a link to the Minecraft Marketplace page to stick it in your own world, if you will. You can put it on anything, in any map you have going. It's doesn't really have a restriction. It's an add-on. Maybe I can play a teaser of the trailer at the end.